Welcome to our practical lesson on managing containers. In this lesson, we are diving hands-on into the world of Docker, focusing on the life cycle of containers. You will learn how to create, start, stop, and remove containers. We will also cover inspecting container logs, executing commands in running containers, and managing their resources. Let's gear up for an engaging lesson. Let's start by creating and running a new container. So from the terminal, let's type docker run -d, then --name my -container, then --rm nginx. This command pulls the nginx image from the Docker hub, runs it in the detached mode with the -d, names it my container using --name, and ensures it's automatically removed after stopping with the --rm. Now let's execute. And as you can see, Docker unable to find image locally, so it pull it from Docker hub. And here we have the ID of the container, of the running container, and also notice how the container starts in the background, allowing us to continue using the terminal. To list the running container, let's execute docker ps, and let me expand this one. So as you see, docker ps, it shows that our container is created 29 seconds ago and it's up and running 28 seconds ago. The name of container is the name that we have provided with the docker run -- name, and also we have here the container ID. Next, we will see how to view the logs of our running container. This is crucial for understanding its behavior and troubleshooting. Let's type docker logs, then my -container. So you can provide the container name or the container ID to the docker logs command. Now press enter. As you see the output from the nginx server. Logs are the first place to check when diagnosing issues or monitoring container activity. Sometimes you will need to run commands inside your container. Docker makes it very easy. Now let's try executing the ls command inside our running container to list its root directory. So let's type docker exec. So whenever you want to execute a command inside a running container, you use docker exec. Then the container name or ID, here I will use the container name, then ls. From the output, you can see the directory structure of the nginx container, allowing you to inspect its contents without leaving your terminal. Managing container resources effectively is key to maintaining system performance. Let's run a new container and limit its CPU and memory usage. So I will use docker run to run a container, then -d or -d to run this container in detached mode. Let's type limited resource container to start setting our limitations. Then -CPU -shares 512 and -memory 256 megabyte. Then the name of the image I want to create this container from, and the image is nginx. So this command sets the container to use a maximum of 512 CPU shares and 256 megabytes of memory. It's an essential practice for preventing a single container from over-consuming resources, ensuring a balanced and efficient system. Let's press enter. And it seems that I have an error message here, and that's because I forgot to provide the -name to give this container a name. So the name of our container will be limited -resource -container. Right now we didn't get any error message. Let's check the running containers. And as you can see, here is the limited resource container up and running. Okay, now let's check how we can stop, restart, and delete a running container. So let's practice on this container, the limited resource container. So I will copy its name, and to stop this container, I will execute docker stop then container ID or container name. In this case, I used the container name. Now press enter. Now the container should be stopped. To verify that, I will do docker bs, and docker bs lists only the running container. To check the stopped container, you will execute the same command, but with -a. And as you can see, right now I can see the limited resource container and its status is exited because I stopped this container 22 seconds ago. If you want to start the container again, you will execute docker start, then the container name or container ID. Let's execute docker bs again, and as you can see, the container has been started successfully. If you decided for any reason that you want to delete a container, you can do that with docker rm, then the container name or container ID. But to delete a container, the container needs to be in the stop state. So if we try to delete a running container, we will get an error message, can't remove container, container is running, stop the container before removing or force remove. So first we need to stop the container before remove it from our system. To stop the container, I will execute docker stop limited -resource -container. Now I can remove it by using docker rm, then the container name or container ID. I have removed the container. I can validate my work by executing docker bs-a. And as you can see right now, we only have one running container, which is the my-container. Congratulations, you have just taken a significant step towards mastering Docker container management. In this lesson, you learned how to manage the container lifecycle, view logs, execute commands inside containers, and set resource limits. These skills are fundamental for any developer or system administrator working with Docker. Practice these commands, experiment with different options, and explore further to deepen your understanding. In our next lessons, we will explore advanced Docker topics, building on the foundation we have established in this lesson. Keep experimenting, and see you in the next lesson.